Hey, I'm Steve Volkers and
Sue Pasteur.
Julie Bacon.
And this is What's in the Cup.
Cheers.
Cheers. So in a segment before, sort of our first release of series, we talked a lot about networking, right? And a lot about the idea that networking brings opportunities, and in those opportunities we have follow-up. Feel free to watch those old ones. We have them on YouTube, Facebook, those kind of things. If you don't see them, we'll make sure we throw a link down so you guys can get to them. But we wanted to follow up from that conversation a little bit. It's December, we're going to be January, February. Season slows down a little bit in real estate in West Michigan. So we're in West Michigan, mostly are Michigan. So snow eventually hits and we hibernate a little bit, right?
Yes.
But I find that I'm busier December and January with activities than I might be, come spring market. It's just a different kind of busy. Are you guys feeling the same way, or?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so in that, what are you what are you doing then?
Well,
what
kind
other
of
than
back to goal setting and everything. My goal is to have 2 good, meaningful conversations or meetings a day.
Okay.
So
you're setting appointments for those meetings?
Yes. That's kind of a goal of mine. Sometimes I might only have 1, but then another day I have 3. But my goal is 2 good, meaningful meetings. And in those, I'm finding opportunities, which exactly in December, January, even February, we can really act on those. So finding the opportunities really this month and next month, and then building an action plan beyond that.
Right. Same thing, Sue?
Yeah, too many people, I think, take December. I mean, we were saying there's parties and all that, and they take the time off and say, I'm kind of taking a break from work. It's been a busy year, I'm taking a break off. And so I guess I would encourage, we were all saying, I would encourage everybody, use December and January to get that one-on-one time with people that you can get. Go to coffee, meet with new clients, meet with old people that you used to work with. Say, hey, just reconnect, because in May, June, and July, they're not going to have time.
No.
So whether it's any part of our business, just use this, work hard. Everything you do now is going to pay off in May, June, and July.
Yeah, I mean,
can I say something about the 2 meetings that I try to have?
Yeah.
I don't put a time limit on those. I actually have really good conversations, and I think this is a good hint, because there's one thing that you could be in a really good conversation and have back-to-back meetings scheduled, and then it's almost like, well, you're not as important as the next person. So I really try to have them spaced out a lot when I'm having these. That's
a really good point, because I know I have done that to myself. I'll be in a situation where something's evolving and I'm really building a relationship and I have to leave.
Yes.
I don't always leave enough time for that, so that's a very good point.
Do you guys try to have people come to you, or do you usually go out? Like, how do you're always out?
Ooh, I've switched in the last, I would say, 18 months. We've got a really nice central location, and having people come in, so at least in my world, then they're getting the feel of the space, of the team, of getting to know them. So I used to equate it to, if you're going to go to the same gym, you always go to the same gym. You always work with the same, so you might work with the same lender, same realtor, because it's convenient, and you know where the locker rooms are, you know where everything is.
I love this.
Well, when you go somewhere new, it's that unknown. So you meet an insurance agent. You could, an insurance agent, a realtor, salesperson. You say, I'm going to give you business. You don't know what that looks like.
Right.
So quantifying that, I think I've had more people come in this year so that I can onboard them to the experience of what that feels like.
That's a really good idea.
I still think relevant for my particular role, but
I still think it's a good idea. I do think the initial meeting that you have with people does need to be out, because then no one's on anybody's turf, and it's truly making a relationship. It's not.
Yeah,
here's my cool spot.
It goes back and forth, right? I've gone to more meetings in the office lately. As well, one is the value of time. We talked a little bit about balancing and value of time. To me, to drive a half an hour doesn't mean that I don't value that person's time, but that half an hour might mean that I could go home at 5:30, 6 o'clock than I wouldn't have had if I went out to visit somebody. Not that I'm not going to go out and visit somebody, but how do you balance that a little bit is one thing. But then also I do think like being in your own environment, there is something nice about that, right? So if someone is asking an appointment of you, not you asking an appointment of them, but But if they're asking an appointment of you, sort of them coming to your space, then you can sort of show them your natural environment that you feel comfortable in, right? As long as you feel comfortable there, right? Kind of thing. So, but I would definitely say, following up to the sort of all the Christmas parties and everything else that we're doing is. Building those one-on-one relationships right now is critical, right? Yes. It sets up your experiences later on. Whenever, I don't know if you guys do this, but whenever anybody asks me for an appointment, and they ask me for an appointment in May or June or July, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you understand? Like, I'm sorry, you're not busy, and I don't know if I have a time to deal with somebody that's not busy, right? Like, this is the time that people that even are busy will, and West Michigan's great, right? So you could call any of us and we would make time right now to meet with almost all of you. So this is the beauty of this season, that we have some of that extra time. So you're meeting with people twice. You're doing about the same thing. You're trying to get into a lot of appointments, or? I
do. It just depends on my days. Some days I will book a lot of FaceTime appointments, and then I have to block a whole day as follow-up.
Right.
Because I have to do the thank you notes, the emails, I said I was going to do this, I'm going to sign you up for that program. So if I had my way, my personality would be to be every minute out seeing people face-to-face all the time, but I have to be better about time blocking and doing that the follow-up. Is the key. So it's both.
Yep. So I think that's it. You got anything to add? Anybody? No? No, I am no longer crabby. Are you crabbing anymore?
I'm not crabby anymore either.
Awesome.
Oh wait,
amazing
I do have
what an hour of having stuff in a cup will do for you.
I have something cool because I learned it from you last time. I now have an electronic business card.
Oh, good.
And I've been helping other people make them too.
Nice.
So
nice.
Good.
Way to go.
Yes.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is What's in the Cup. We're out.
Have a great
Cheers.
week.
See ya.